Hey guys, how you going? My name is Dom and today I'm going to be showing you how to merge or combine or concatenate your arrays in JavaScript. Okay, so it's relatively straightforward to achieve this, so if you're new to JavaScript, don't worry. Okay, so there's going to be two main techniques online when it comes to merging your arrays. The first one makes use of the concat method right here, and this one is probably the most well known and the most straightforward one to achieve, or to go with, okay? And the second one is going to be using the spread syntax, and this one here is probably the more modern approach, and it's also more convenient in many situations. Okay, so of course, both of these have their negatives and their positives, so I'm going to talk briefly on the best one to use in certain situations, alrighty? So let's jump right into the code now. So going inside the text editor, we're going to firstly declare two arrays to, of course, merge together. So we can say a new constant right here. We can call this first array numbers. Then we can say, for example, 1, 2, and 3 inside here. We can then make the second array. We can call this one pets equal to, and we can say dog, we can say cat, and we can say fish. So now, to, of course, merge these arrays together, we can make a new constant called merged equal to, and now we're going to specify one of the arrays. So for example, we're going to say nums, then we're going to say .concat, and then we're going to pass through here pets, just like this. So right here, we are just saying I want to concatenate pets onto nums. So now, if I was to console.log the result of merged, and save this, go inside the browser, and we get right here 6 elements, 1, 2, 3, dog, cat, and fish, and it is that easy to merge your arrays. Now, what if you want to, append or merge multiple, not just 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. So to merge more than 2, it's very straightforward. Let's go back inside here, and we can simply add a comma and specify a second argument, or basically an unlimited amount of arguments right here. For example, we can say something like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript as a second array to merge onto the nums array. So now we can see, of course, in this example, I've simply just declared the array inside the argument list as opposed to creating a new constant or variable for it. I can just save this right here, go back inside the browser, and of course we have 9 elements now: 1, 2, 3, dog, cat, fish, HTML, CSS, and lastly, JavaScript right there. So that is the concat method, the first and probably the most straightforward technique. But of course, spread is also quite nice. Now, before moving on, I just want to say, you probably just want to be aware that when you are merging your arrays, you're actually creating a copy, or sorry, you're creating a new array. So going back inside here, this merge right here is a new array containing the elements or the items from these two arrays. Okay, so when it comes to strings and numbers, it's actually going to be a copy. So for example, this one right here is copied into the merged array. So strings, numbers, all of your really basic data, they are copied in. When it comes to, if for example you've got nested arrays, you've got an array inside an array, or you've got objects inside here, when it comes to those, they are not going to be copied over. They're going to be there, you're going to see them, but it's actually copied by reference. So it's actually called a shallow copy. Okay, so when you are using concat and you're using the spread syntax, you're creating a shallow copy, which means that your basic data, strings, numbers, get carried across perfectly fine, they're copied, but your complex objects, your arrays, objects, those ones actually are copied by reference. So do a quick Google search on shallow copies before moving on and of course using this properly. But anyway, let's move on to the spread syntax. So when it comes to the spread syntax, it's going to work in a kind of similar way. So we're going to keep the nums and the pets right here, and now we're going to replace this with 2 brackets right inside here. And now we're going to say, as the first sort of argument here, we're going to say ... and then nums, just like this, and then we'll put a comma, then we can say ... and then pets. So right here, we're just saying create a new array and include ... nums, then of course pets right here, and this is going to give you the exact same result as we saw earlier. If I go back inside here, we get the 6 elements 1, 2, 3, dog, cat, and fish. And of course, just like last time, if you want to add more, you can simply add some more with a comma. Now, just keep in mind that when using this technique, if you put a string here instead, it's actually going to split up that string. For example, if I say ... then I want to add, for example, HTML, this right here is not going to add HTML as one whole chunk. It's going to add them separately, the actual letters. So let's save this, go back inside the browser. We can see we get all of these then, HTML as separate letters. This right here is because strings are iterable just like arrays, and that is simply just how the spread syntax works. If you just want the single string, then you can go back inside here and you can simply put brackets around your HTML, and now it's going to be adding it as an array just like these two. Saving this, going back inside here, and of course we get the desired result. Now, out of these two techniques, what is the best one to use? Well, honestly, they're both pretty good, and when it comes to small or even medium-sized arrays, performance probably doesn't matter too much. So it's going to be totally up to you, but there is one thing to point out, and that is, when it comes to the spread syntax, of course it's more modern, but also we can see here it's very useful when it comes to actually coding that line of code. So here we're simply doing your ... etc. So in this case right here, you know exactly which arrays you want to append or merge together. Okay, so it's written right here at code writing time. Okay, when it comes to concat, that can be useful because if you don't know the amount of arrays you want to merge together, because you just say, for example, pets.concat, because you're doing this right here, you can pass in an expression which, you know, decides how many arrays to merge together. So that is the convenience of the concat, but in most situations, in, you know, 9 out of 10, probably 95% of situations, just use the spread syntax. It's going to be a lot easier and of course a lot simpler to use. Okay, so that right there is how to merge your arrays in JavaScript. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.